Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. Now, I want us to dive into a debate that was held at one of the main TV channels. And this interview, or rather the debate, was all about the scorecard of William Ruto and why Mount Kenya has completely slipped away from his hands. And that was exposed during the meeting in Embu. For those of you who saw the reception of Uhuru, the reception of Gachagua, vis-a-vis the reception of Ruto, and the reception of Professor Kithure Kindiki.
If it is a number of promises the current president has given, which turn out to be lies, we know.
If you are very observant, then you realize that the mountain has literally slipped away. People don't want Rigathi Gachagua to vie for presidency. They know that Rigathi cannot vie for presidency because of that impeachment tag on him. So he will not vie for president. That is what they know. But they want Rigathi Gachagua to drag this Kenya Kwanza government to the mud. So basically, that is what many people are targeting. So I want us to go into some remarks which Kipruto Kirwa has made here, and you'll be shocked. Honestly speaking, Kipruto Kirwa is one of those ministers who served under Kibaki, being a minister of agriculture, for those who know him. So I want us to, before wasting any time, delve into the video where Kipruto Kirwa is making those explosive statements. But before you do that, please like this video. It's so important because that is the way YouTube shares our content. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel because that is the only way you help our channel grow. Thanks so much for those who've supported us before. So I want you to pay a very keen attention to the words in this video. Just watch this video.
The situation that I feel is running away is that of the Catholic Church, because the issues they raised are fundamental. If it's the cost of living, we know. If it is the corruption spiraling, we know. If it is the number of promises the current president has given, which turn out to be lies, we know. And therefore, for him to have had the courage at Tangaza College to ask them not to be victims of the things they are talking about was foolhardy. Rubbishing everybody as if you are the only one who has done everything in this town is, to say the least, lack of wisdom. Okay. Therefore, I feel the mountain moved. In fact, it was not even the impeachment of Gachagua alone. It was impeachment of Gachagua accelerated the movement. In fact, Gachagua is better off out of that system. Otherwise, the mountain had moved because the promises they were given were so high that even us in the Azimio coalition, had we won, the promises William Ruto had made would have destroyed us in the first 1 year or so. So it is good, his own promises visited him, and now all the chickens have come back to roost.
Very well, ladies and gentlemen. Kipruto Kirwa is telling us that Rigathi Gachagua is better off being in the opposition than being in the government. Of course, we all know that when the Kenya Kwanza government took over, there was a lot of mudslinging. There was a lot of, false promises which they could blame. The reason why those promises could not be delivered, they could blame it on Uhuru. And we all know that Rigathi Gachagua played a critical role in mudslinging Uhuru, in making sure that Uhuru's name was tainted. So we know he did that. But Kenyans don't want to remember that history. What they want is Rigathi Gachagua to do them justice by dragging this government to the mud. So that is the narrative that Kipruto Kirwa is trying to give us here. And if you look at the deliberations there, you find that Kipruto Kirwa is trying to tell us that one of the biggest mistakes that Ruto committed is to, make sure that the impeachment worked. That is the biggest mistake, because by doing that, he was literally trying to bid goodbye to Mount Kenya. That is why you find that in Mount Kenya right now, looks like things will never be the same. The promises which they were given No, there's a time I opined here in this channel that if Ruto had honored all the promises he made to Kenyans, things would have been better. Probably would have become one of the best African presidents. And for those people who voted for him, can attest to that. Maybe that's why they voted for him. Those who didn't vote for him did not believe on those in those promises, because there's a common saying that when a deal is too sweet or too good, think twice. So they could have looked at these promises. Most of the time, realize that some people didn't vote for William Ruto, say that they did not believe on these promises because these promises ilikuwa nyingi sana. But take a look at this. Kipruto Kirwa is also giving another narrative, saying that if at all Azimio had been declared the winner, still there would have been a problem, because the promises which Ruto made were like trying to take people from the earth to paradise. He would have used the same promises to beat the government of the day and say that, look here, how was to give you free this? You were supposed to how was to give you hustler fund? How was to, all these promises. He would have used them as tool to bring down the government of the day. So that's why Kipruto, because he was in Azimio, I think he's still in Azimio, but because he is one of those people who never supported this government, he says that hata afadhali hawakupata, kwa sababu kama wangepata kuna disaster. So either way, the promises that William Ruto made are the ones that are bringing him down. And those same promises would have brought down the government of the day. So look at what we are facing, ladies and gentlemen. That is the kind of scenario that Ruto is being faced with and Kenyans are faced with, the unkept promises. I maintained somewhere in there in another analysis that attacking the Archbishop was one of the biggest mistakes. When at Tazama University graduation, the president said, or rather sent a very chilling message to the archbishops to be factual. Then the next day, when they meet at Embu, or rather in Embu, for that installation of Bishop Kimani, he acknowledges that the archbishops made a strong point. Now, if you look at the archbishop's points, they talked about the joint statement, talked about lies. Now, lies, yeah, they are saying that Ruto is accused of telling lies. Now, in that Embu, after telling those archbishops to be factual, the president acknowledged that there's a problem. That's why we realize that that's why you find that Rigathi Gachagua used the same confession from Ruto to now say that the people who castigated the archbishop, talking about Sudi Ichungwa and the deputy speaker of the National Assembly, Gladys Bosholei, that they disrespected the archbishops because the president has confessed that there is a problem. That is what Rigathi Gachagua picked out and used to address this issue of archbishop and the citizens who are accusing the archbishops, these leaders of UDA. Now, kicking out Rigathi Gachagua was one of the biggest mistakes, because the mountain has now slipped away. That is the reality. And that is what Kipruto Kirwa is bringing, ladies and gentlemen, in this narrative. So I wanted to go below in the comment section and you can offer a reaction regarding this issue. And perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, please take 1 second, go below there and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.